I'm going to share some eye-opening insights from Stoic philosophy that will help you take control of your life and find peace, even in chaos. Stoicism isn't just a relic of ancient Greece, it's a battle cry for our modern era. This philosophy doesn't merely advocate for passive acceptance or indifference to the tumultuous waves of life. No, it's a call to arms for strength, resilience, and great wisdom. At its core, Stoicism is a fierce mastery of control. In a world that seems to unravel into chaos at every turn, where uncertainty lurks like a predator in the shadows, it's all too easy to feel as though we're slipping from our grasp on reality. But with Stoicism, you don't just cope with chaos, you command it. We're relentlessly assaulted by a ceaseless barrage of news, social media, and the never-ending churn of information, making it almost impossible to discern what's within our control and what's beyond our grasp. This relentless onslaught creates a maelstrom of anxiety, stress, and frustration, leaving us feeling like we're drowning in an ocean of chaos. But what if I told you there's a way to shatter this cycle and reclaim mastery over your life? Stoicism offers a radical, empowering perspective on control that can arm you with the confidence and poise to face life's upheavals head-on. In essence, Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it's a battle plan for life. It forces you to draw a line in the sand between what you can control and what you cannot. When you fix your gaze on the things that are within your power, you ignite an unbreakable sense of agency, a confidence that nothing and no one can shatter. But it doesn't stop there. By confronting the harsh reality of what's beyond your control, you learn to embrace it with a calm resolve, refusing to be dragged down by the weight of frustration and resentment. This is where true strength lies, in the unyielding acceptance of what is and the relentless pursuit of what could be. As we explore the Stoic philosophy of control, you'll begin to see that it's not about trying to exert control over everything in your life, but about understanding where your energy and attention are best focused. By doing so, you'll be able to find a sense of peace and calm, even in the midst of chaos. People often struggle with control because they're trying to micromanage every aspect of their lives. They cling to the belief that if they can control every detail, predict every outcome, and steer every event, they'll finally achieve happiness and fulfillment. But this approach is not just misguided, it's a recipe for disaster. It sets the stage for constant anxiety, relentless burnout, and a sense of exhaustion that drains the joy out of life. We become consumed by the need to control what others think of us, obsess over what might happen in the future, and agonize over the things that are clearly beyond our grasp. This relentless worry creates a state of perpetual uncertainty, a mental fog that clouds our judgment and paralyzes our ability to make decisions or take action. It robs us of the ability to fully engage with the present moment, leaving us disconnected from the here and now. When we're trapped in this cycle of fear and worry, we lose sight of what truly matters, our own values, goals, and priorities. We start living reactively, driven by fear rather than purpose. The pursuit of control becomes a prison of our own making, locking us away from the freedom to live authentically, to pursue what we truly want, and to find peace in the chaos. The irony is that in trying to control everything, we end up controlling nothing, and our lives become dictated by the very uncertainties we fear most. We're also aware that certain events in life are outside of our control: the economy, politics, natural disasters, and even the actions of others. But instead of accepting these things, we resist them, fight them, or try to change them. This resistance creates suffering because we're essentially trying to swim against the tide. We might think that we're in control of our own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, but so often we're actually controlled by our habits, our conditioning, and our unconscious biases. We're like leaves blown about by the winds of circumstance, rather than being the captains of our own ships. Sometimes we're held back by our own fear of failure, our fear of what others might think, or our fear of change. We play it safe, stick to the status quo, and avoid taking risks. But this approach to life is stultifying because it prevents us from growing, learning, and exploring our true potential. We often mistake control for the ability to manipulate outcomes, to get exactly what we want, and to avoid everything we fear. But the Stoics understood that true control is far more profound. It's the razor-sharp clarity of knowing what's within our power to change and what lies irrevocably beyond our reach. Life, by its very nature, is unpredictable. Plans unravel, dreams falter, and obstacles emerge without warning. But instead of letting these setbacks crush our spirit, the Stoic mindset teaches us to embrace them with unshakable equanimity. We learn to stand firm, knowing that we've done everything within our power, and we refuse to be shattered by the outcomes we cannot dictate. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control, a radical understanding that there are only two realms in life: what we can control and what we cannot. By honing in on what we can influence, we cultivate an indomitable sense of agency, confidence, and self-mastery. We stop squandering our energy on the impossible and start directing it toward what we can truly shape: our thoughts, actions, and reactions. One of the most powerful Stoic principles is the relentless focus on what we can change and the serene acceptance of what we cannot. This principle is crystallized in the Serenity Prayer. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. It's more than just a prayer. It's a call to arms, a challenge to live with unwavering clarity, unyielding courage, and the wisdom to navigate the chaos of life with purpose and resolve. This principle is not about resignation or giving up, but about acknowledging what's outside of our control and channeling our energy into what we can change. When we do this, we begin to build a sense of mastery and control over our lives. The Stoics also held a deep reverence for living in harmony with nature, a concept that goes beyond merely accepting the things outside of our control. To live in accordance with nature means to align ourselves with the natural order of the world, to recognize the rhythms and cycles of life, and to work with them rather than against them. It's about understanding that we are a part of a larger, interconnected whole, and that there is a wisdom in the unfolding of events, even those that seem challenging or unjust. This philosophy encourages us to surrender our illusions of control over external circumstances and instead focus on mastering our inner world. By embracing the natural flow of life, we develop resilience, adaptability, and a sense of peace that isn't easily shaken by the ups and downs of existence. Epictetus, one of the most iconic Stoics, captured this essence with piercing clarity when he said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This simple yet profound insight shifts the locus of control from the external to the internal, reminding us that true power lies not in altering the events around us, but in governing our responses to them. It's a call to cultivate inner strength, to choose our reactions wisely, and to understand that while we may not control the winds, we can always adjust our sails. This approach empowers us to live in a way that is aligned with the realities of life, rather than fighting against them. It teaches us to embrace the inevitable challenges and changes with grace, to respond to adversity with courage, and to find serenity in the acceptance of what is, even as we strive to improve what we can. In this way, living in accordance with nature becomes a path to true freedom, where we are no longer slaves to our circumstances, but masters of our own fate. In a world rife with uncertainty and unpredictability, the Stoics understood that true control is a force that comes from within, a power rooted in our values, our principles, and the unshakable core of our character. When we anchor ourselves in these truths, we can face any challenge with unwavering confidence and unbreakable poise. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, encapsulated this mindset with a single, powerful statement: "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This quote is not just a reflection on resilience. It's a battle cry, a call to arms that demands we transform every obstacle into an opportunity for growth and mastery. The very barriers that threaten to derail us can become the stepping stones to our greatest triumphs if we confront them with the right mindset. Through the lens of Stoicism, we realize that control is not about imposing our will on the world, but about mastering ourselves. It's about understanding with great clarity what's within our power to change and what lies beyond our reach. By narrowing our focus to what we can control, we forge a sense of agency, confidence, and self-efficacy that is utterly unshakable, a power that no external force can diminish. This is where true freedom is found, not in dominating our circumstances, but in mastering the one thing that truly matters: ourselves. The insights from Stoicism aren't just empowering, they're transformative. They unveil the truth that true control is not something we seek externally, but a force that radiates from within. By embracing a Stoic mindset, we forge emotional resilience, unbreakable confidence, and a sense of purpose that no adversity can shake. Let's recap the powerful concepts we've explored today. We've uncovered how Stoicism provides a radical perspective on control, guiding us to distinguish between what is within our grasp and what lies beyond it. We've delved into the universal struggles people face when trying to control the uncontrollable, and how Stoic principles, focusing on what we can change and surrendering to what we can't, can empower us to reclaim our sense of agency and build unyielding confidence. But remember, adopting a Stoic mindset isn't about futilely attempting to control every aspect of your life. It's about honing your focus on where your energy and attention are most impactful. By doing so, you'll discover a profound sense of peace and clarity, even in the eye of life's storms. If this video resonated with you, I urge you to share your thoughts on Stoicism in the comments below. And if you're ready to take the next step on this journey, don't miss our upcoming video, where we'll dive deep into practical Stoic exercises that you can start applying today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.